Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Rob and welcome back for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made over $13,000 in the entire year of 2021 by simply investing with Wealthsimple Trade. So this is going to be a complete recap of the year of 2021, and I'll be showing you guys everything I've done in terms of my investing goals, and I'll be showing you guys all my results. This is going to be a pretty long video because I do have a lot to cover. We'll go into my stock portfolio. I'll show you guys the total gains and everything we've earned. Just shortly here, I'll jump in and I'll show you guys the stocks individually one by one, and I'll show you guys how those stocks have done for the past year. And I'm going to cover things like the dividend income. I'll show you guys how much growth I've had, and then I'll talk about some goals and some different things and show you guys how I've been trying to live off my dividends for the year of 2021. So it's going to be a pretty long video, but hang in there guys. We're going to be covering a lot, and it's going to be a nice little recap, and I'll show you guys how well our portfolio has been doing for the year of 2021. And the cool thing about this video is it's really going to be simple stuff that anybody can apply. I'm not a technical guy. I don't do any day trading. I don't try to make this stuff seem more complicated than it really is. It's pretty simple. You save money, you put it into good quality stocks, funds, robo-advisor if you want to do it that way, whatever it is you want to do it, and then you just keep saving over time. That money will grow, you reinvest it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Just pick good quality stocks, save your money, invest, keep at it, and you'll eventually get there. It really is just consistency at the end of the day. So I just kind of want to put that out there, so don't feel like if you're brand new to investing, you want to get started, don't feel like it's some super complicated thing that you have to be smart to do. You have to learn the fundamentals, but once you get the fundamentals down, it's pretty simple. And if you guys are been investing for a while, you can kind of take this video and kind of see how you've done in comparison and whatnot, and to get a good idea of how much you can earn over time. So let's jump inside the Wealthsimple Trade portfolio and let's see how our stocks are doing today. And the following video is brought to you guys by Wealthsimple Cash. So Wealthsimple Cash is an app you guys can sign up to send money to your friends and whatnot. If you guys go in the description of the video, there is a link that you guys can use. You can click my referral link, and what that will do is that'll take you to Wealthsimple Cash, where you can install the app, and just by installing the app, you guys will get $10, and I'll get $10 as well. Simple as that. Just make sure you use my code, and then you guys can send money to your friends free of charge, and you can take advantage of the Wealthsimple Cash card and get some rewards for whenever you guys spend some money. So if you guys want, you guys can check that out. Alright, so if you guys haven't already, I would advise yourself to go make yourself a cup of coffee, make yourself a cup of tea, because we have lots to talk about today. I'm a cup of tea I'm going to be drinking as we do this video. So keep in mind, this is in real time, so some of the stats that I use throughout this video might be from a day or two ago. So it's constantly changing. It's kind of hard to do this when your stock portfolio is constantly going up and down, but that's just the way it works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll give you guys an update on the portfolio as of today. It is January the 4th, 2022, so a couple days after 2021, and here's the total portfolio growth value right here. We have $110,000, $533 invested in Wealthsimple Trade. We have a personal account of $13,000, $726. We have an RSP of $130 that we're looking to build up this year, and then we have a Tfsa at about $96,000. And as you guys can see, most of these stocks have grown pretty well. The personal account is up $1,148, 9%. The RSP is currently down a little bit, 13%, and the Tfsa is up 16%, $13,000. So the bulk of our money coming from the Tfsa, which is the main account that we kind of focused and have been growing over the past 2 years, and specifically 2021. It really made the bulk of our income. But once again, that's because we built the Tfsa throughout 2020. So just some quick little recaps on some of the earnings over the past little while, so you guys can see how the portfolio grows over time. And as your portfolio grows and you get more money, your earnings will increase as well. So over the past day, we're sitting at about zero. So the stock market opened up today, not much really happened. Over the past week, once again, we've kind of gone up and down, but we kind of finished off at 0%. However, over the past month, we did see a big increase, a 4% gain inside of our Tfsa. That's $3,000, $748. So quite a big gain just from 4%. Nice little jump in the market. Over the past 3 months, we're up 9%, which is $8,147 inside the portfolio. That's pretty significant, and that's pretty good growth for me. Like $8,000 for me is a lot of money, and that's only over 3 months. 9% growth. So once again, keeping your money in the market, just taking advantage of when that market grows, and we don't really know when it's going to happen. really, you can take advantage of this. Over the past year, we're up 15% once again, and here's our yearly total, $12,000, 423 from the Tfsa. And then if we go all time from the Tfsa, we're up $13,000, $362, which is 16% all time over the course of 2 years, including the pandemic. So not too bad. We've seen pretty good growth inside our Tfsa. I'm pretty happy with it. And once again, it's just consistently growing on a regular basis. So now what we're going to do is we're going to jump inside the actual portfolio, and I'll show you guys the individual stocks. This is going to be the long part of the video because I'm going to be going in talking about the individual stocks, and I'll show you guys the individual growth and talk about how they've done for the year. So if you want, you guys can skip over this part, or if you guys want to see my actual portfolio and see the actual individual stocks, I'm pretty transparent on this channel. I like to show you guys everything I'm doing. I think that's something that you don't see a lot on YouTube. So if you guys want to watch this part, this is where we're going to go inside my portfolio and individually look at the stocks and assess how they've been doing. And this is how you can kind of take a peek and see how like different things like the ETFs I hold and some of the bigger stocks and the bigger companies I hold, and see how well they've really done. So this is an important part of the video. I know it's kind of more of the boring part, but it's important to kind of see how these good quality stocks perform over time. And again, the consistency here, the whole thing is consistent growth. It's stocks that are consistently growing over time. Alright, so here's the part of the video where I'm going to dive inside each portfolio and talk about each individual stock really quickly. I'll try to do this part as quickly as possible so we can get through it and move on to the next part of the video where we talk about some of the stats and whatnot. So the first account we're going to talk about is going to be the Tfsa. We're going to take a peek at the positions here really quickly, and I'll show you guys how each individual stock has done. So I'm not going to talk too much about these. I'll just give you guys the stats. So the first stock we have here is AQN, which is Algonquin Compound Utilities. This is one we've been consistently investing in. It's currently down at negative 11%. I will expect this to grow over time since they did have a bit of a rough year in 2021. Next up we have is ATD, which is a stock, Alimentation Couche-Tard. I've been growing pretty aggressively over the past little while. It's a cool little stock. I really enjoy the company. I think they're going to do well. Currently up 8% inside of portfolio. We started investing into this one, I'd say towards the beginning to middle part of 2021. It's kind of a relatively newer stock for me. But I really have enjoyed how well it's been doing. Next up we have a CNR, Canadian National Railway. Pretty simple stock, pretty common stock, railway stock, up 11% inside a portfolio. Next up we have is Fortis. Fortis is a pretty defensive based energy utilities company, up 14%. They've seen some pretty good growth recently. Manulife is one of our bigger financial companies. We bought kind of when we first started this portfolio. I'm not going too crazy with it, but we have done quite well, and we've seen a bit of an increase for Manulife recently, up 12% inside the portfolio. Next up we have our real estate sector, which is RioCan. We only hold RioCan right now. It's my only REIT I hold, and I don't hold a lot of it. It's just a small percentage of my portfolio, but I do like the diversification and I do like the monthly income it provides. So once again, that's up 13% inside a portfolio. I did transfer some REITs, so that's probably a little bit higher than what it shows, but we did buy a lot of RioCan recently, so that pushed it down a little bit. Going down here, we have TransAlta Renewables. I bought this way back in 2020. It's kind of done okay, but I'm probably going to move away from this stock because it's a little bit up and down. It's not as consistent. It's more of a riskier buy, and it just hasn't performed well long term. So I'll probably hold what I have for now, but going into the future, I'm probably not going to buy much RNW. And then going down here, we have some more of our consistent stocks. Severia Corp has been one of the more growth-based stocks I bought. It's once again mostly for diversification for healthcare because there's not a lot of healthcare companies in Canada. But it's a healthcare accessibility company. It's up 20%, so it's done pretty good. And then we have Telus, which is a telecommunications stock, up just under 11% here inside the portfolio. So I've been kind of buying more Telus recently. I do like the company. And then here we have our big stocks we have inside our portfolio. My most favorite bank, TD, up 40% inside of our Tfsa. Absolutely killing it, but that's not unexpected. TD is a great company. Good growth, good dividend growth, just good company all around. And I bought a lot of shares during the pandemic. Sorry guys, I'm losing my voice here. Going down here, we have VDY, which is our big Canadian-based ETF fund. We have $28,000, so quite a bit. It's up 14%. This is our main ETF we buy. Just holds a lot of the big banks, a lot of the big dividend-based companies. It does provide a nice monthly dividend yield. And then down at the bottom here, we have our biggest holding inside of our Tfsa, which is a U.S. growth-based Vanguard S&P 500 fund. This is just for the growth, and this is for that tax-free growth that we can get inside of our Tfsa. We hold $53,000, which is, again, the bulk of the portfolio, and it's up $5,000, which is 11%. So I expect these two ETFs to do the most, probably most likely VFE over time because it is in U.S. growth-based stocks. Going back to our portfolio, if we click on our RRSP, inside of our RRSP, we're going to be focusing on growth-based stocks specifically, and this is long-term. The RRSP is something I kind of avoided, and I focused more on the Tfsa first, but now that our Tfsa is maxed out and we got a little bit of a personal account going, I'm going to start focusing on at least putting some money into the RRSP, potentially for retirement and stuff like that. I'm not going to go super crazy because I do want to enjoy my money as time goes on and as I get older. But I mean, you kind of want to take advantage of the RSP because there is some tax benefits for it, especially if you're a higher income earner. But the only stock we hold is the Shopify stock. We've been focusing on growth stocks, so I eventually probably will add like S&P 500, some more growth-based stocks, but our Shopify stock that we bought is down 13%. But we don't really care because this is really going to be a long-term holding. But we're looking for big growth-based companies inside of our RSP. So definitely something I'm looking to grow in the new year. And inside our personal account, we have more or less the same stocks as our Tfsa. The only difference, I think, is that we do hold Power Corporation of Canada, which is the company, another financial company that also owns part of Wealthsimple Trade. They do insurance, they do all kinds of different things, they do investments, just another basic financial company. I bought this and I probably will be buying more shares of it as time goes on, but that's the only different stock I think I have in my personal account, and I probably will be looking to add maybe 1 or 2 new stocks starting at the beginning of 2022 to my personal account to build upon the stocks we already have inside of it. So now we're going to start getting into the fun part of the video where we're going to look at some of the dividend income in the stats and how our portfolio has been growing. If you ask me, this is my most favorite part of the video because I like to see how growth happens. So once again, we've been focusing on dividend stocks, dividend growth stocks, but also growth stocks in general. It's kind of a mixture portfolio that incorporates a little bit of everything, but I do like to focus on the dividend income because it feels good to get money on a regular basis and to see that money grow. But once again, we are focusing on stocks that are consistently growing those dividends over time. So I got my sheet here. I'm going to read off some numbers for you guys, and hopefully this can inspire you guys and show you guys how your money will grow over time if you invest it into the stock market. Alright, so the first stat we're going to be covering here is my 2020 dividend income total. So if you look at last year, which is 2020, that's basically when I first started this portfolio. The total dividends at the end of the day, so we started investing in January of 2020. If we take from 2020 to December 2020, we made a total of $269.01 in dividend income. So not too crazy, right? But you gotta remember, we started this portfolio from scratch. You know, we were making, the first couple months we were making a couple cents, a couple bucks, and then it slowly grew over time. So our first year of investing in this portfolio, we made $269. Doesn't seem like a lot of money, but once again, that money is compounding and growing. Going into 2021, January 1st to December 2021, we made $1,308. So I want you guys to kind of look at those two numbers and think about that for a second, because that's a big jump, that's a big difference. Keep in mind, I did make some transfers, I did put a big deposit inside my portfolio, and I did save like crazy. Like I was putting every single dollar I could inside my portfolios to grow them over time. So just kind of keep that in mind. We did aggressively grow these portfolios, but you go from 269 to 1,308. That's a pretty big significant increase. So imagine getting, you know, that raise every single year, getting a nice good raise at your job, whatever it is you do. But in this case, we don't have to do anything. It's just automatic. And once again, that's investing more money inside the portfolio. So we're getting more dividends in general, but that's also these companies growing their dividends over time. And every single year, that's just going to get bigger and bigger and grow more and more. So cool little stat for you guys. The next stat we're going to be looking at is our January 2020 dividend income. So this is the dividend income of the very first month inside of our portfolio. And once again, the reason why I'm doing this is so you guys can see the growth over time here. So in January 2020, we made a dividend income of 44 cents. So we made 44 cents inside of a portfolio. You know, I don't even know if you could go to the store and buy anything with that, with 44 cents nowadays. I know back in the day you could buy those little bags of candies. So maybe you could buy like a stick of gum or some candy or something like that. I don't know. But 44 cents is not that much. But here's the thing. If we jump into January of 2021 and we look at the dividend income for January for that month, we made $37. So going from 44 cents in 1 year to $37 is pretty sweet. It's a significant increase. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but $37 can get you a lot. You can get a lot of groceries for $37 if you know how to be frugal and whatnot. And January 2022, I haven't got the total dividend income yet for that month, so I left that blank. I'll be doing an update. Of course, on this channel, I do a weekly series update where I do show you guys the monthly dividend income. So I don't have that number yet, but it just goes to show we could see, probably expect about $100 to $200. So you can expect that range for January. So once again, big significant growth on the regular monthly income for the portfolio. And going towards the end here, we have some of the more bigger stats for the portfolio. So at the end of 2020, so December 2020, this portfolio had a value of $68,624. So the way I figured this out is I had multiple portfolios. I basically went on my older videos on my YouTube channel from December 2020. I looked up the last video I had and I added the portfolio values, and we got $68,000. Once again, this is spread across 3 different accounts. This was an account on Wealthsimple Invest, and was on my Wealthsimple Trade account. And 2020, we did eventually combine the 2 together, so that's why we've seen that big growth. But keep in mind, a lot of this was just me putting money inside the portfolios, depositing a lot of money, that money growing. We had a really good year for stocks for 2021. Even 2020 was a pretty good year in general. But at the end of 2021, I'm just reading off my sheet here, we had a portfolio value of $109,000. Once again, this isn't factored into today because I did do these stats a couple days ago. It'll change on a regular basis, as you guys can see in this video. But $109,000, that's around $40,000 in growth inside my portfolio. Keep in mind, this does include deposits, so that's me putting money in. This does include dividends being reinvested, and this does include growth. So this is just total growth, end of portfolio value, $40,000 increase in 1 year. That's pretty sweet. And once again, that's just saving money like crazy and seeing that portfolio grow over time. And if we focus on the portfolio growth plus the dividend income, which is 100% profit for our portfolio for the year of 2021, we're finishing the year with around that $13,000 like I mentioned previously at the start of the video. That's $13,000 in net gains from the portfolio, so that's 100% income, and that's just from growing our portfolio, investing like I mentioned multiple times now. And if we divide that by 12 after the fact, we can see we've made on average about $1,000 per month. So once again, a lot of that coming from the growth, so you can never count out growth in a portfolio, even in a dividend portfolio. But that's, once again, dividends plus growth added together, unrealized gains. But, if I want to take that money out today, I could take it out today and I would have $13,000 in growth. So, that's significant money for a lot of people, and including myself. That's a lot of money. Imagine getting an extra $1,000 a day just to do whatever. I mean, not a day, an extra $1,000 per month. Just to do whatever you want. You can spend it on a card, you can spend it on a mortgage, you can spend on groceries, whatever it is you want to spend it on. That's a lot of money. And lastly, before we kind of close up this video here, I want to talk about the dividend investing case study. So this is a cool little case study I started. I think I kind of got serious with it in the beginning of 2021, and I'm going to continue it for 2022 because it just goes to show you how I think people get detached from money and the value of what it can buy, especially from a fundamental aspect. We're so used to nowadays getting everything we want, buying cool toys, and I think we become disattached from, some of the essential things in life that we need to survive, whether it's groceries, a house, or just simple things that we can use to enjoy our lives. If you look at our parents or grandparents, they didn't have a lot of the things that we had today. And I think sometimes nowadays we can kind of take that for granted. So one of the whole point of this case study was to basically take a peek at, can I use my dividends on a monthly basis to kind of increase my life and buy simple things. So it was like essentials, it would be like groceries, different things like that. So as my income started growing, I started buying new things, and I put together this quick little video that I'm going to show you guys everything I bought in 2021. It's a quick little recap video. Once again, we didn't spend all our dividend income. I'll show you guys the totals here. We spent about $1,000 or so in total, and we still have a lot more extra money, but I've been saving it to buy some new things going into the new year, and I have some big plans. So here's a quick little recap video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think, and take care. Alright guys, so I got together everything that I put on my sheet with my dividends here. I kind of just threw everything here. Hopefully everything's visible here, and I'll talk about everything we got here. So this is all the stuff I've been buying. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of stuff we accumulated, and some of it's simple stuff, some of it's more complex stuff, some of it's essential, some of it's not. So you get this frisbee. This frisbee we actually got for free. We got a cutting board I bought. We have a DVD player. That was one of the bigger purchases. I've been watching lots of DVDs. Been a lot of fun. That was actually one of the bigger purchases, and again, something you take for granted. This activity book was something I bought for my girlfriend for her birthday. Different activities for us to do. Here's a cup. I bought a mug last Christmas, I believe. I still use the same mug. I got some plates and stuff. I got tons of DVDs. A soccer ball here. So we can play some soccer. I got that at the dollar store. We got my French press to make some coffee. I ended up having to buy a new one because my other one broke. So I did buy a new one, but it's what it is. Next up, we got some DVDs. Some of these are mine, some of these are my girlfriend's. I've become a big fan of movies lately. Watching good quality movies, and I've just kind of been going through them, watching them one at a time, and it's been very interesting. Some better than others, but it's been a lot of fun watching all the different movies we have here. and that's been a cool little hobby of mine. I'm just going to go through these really quickly so you guys can see all the different movies I got here. I'm going to be adding a new series to watch at the beginning of the new year, and I'm going to be buying more movies for sure. We got some 2 travel mugs that I've used. Those were a couple bucks each. I got some 2 mason jars that I now drink out of. Mason jars are amazing because they never break. They're glass, and they're really easy to use and clean. We got some Christmas lights I bought. We got some cards and Uno. We bought a deck of cards and Uno. Those are like $1 each. Very, very cheap way to entertain yourself and friends. I bought a new wallet sometime last year because I needed a new one. That was about 20 bucks on Amazon. And then we got some cool video game stuff. I wanted to buy an N64. I grew up with an N64, as a 90s or early 2000s kid, and I bought a new TV. So buying the N64 and playing Super Mario and getting the TV was super cool. It was super fun. And of course we got my toothbrush and whatnot there. We got a water jug because we need to filter our water at our place. You can see the handle broke off, so we had to glue it back on. This thing's took a big of a beating, and there's Chloe just kind of chilling out here, so I'm going to say hi to her. We got some, you see her just kind of hanging out there. She obviously wants food. We have our bowl here for our cats. We bought some bowls to feed our cats. We bought a CD player to play some CDs. I'm also a big music fan. I love music. In fact, one of the things I'm looking to buy for the new year is maybe potentially a guitar or something like that, as I used to play guitar a lot. We got some different knives. I bought a kitchen knife, a chef's knife. Literally all you need to prep is a chef knife. Bought that off Amazon for about 12 bucks, I think. And going on here, once again, there's some stuff in there, but I think we already covered that. So once again, not a lot of stuff, but you guys can see that just in 1 year, we accumulate a lot of things, and just by saving our income, and these are things we're always going to have and we can have fun with. So I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit, and yeah, just a quick little recap. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I know it's a bit of a long one, guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'm going to finish up here with some goals and some plans. So the plans and the goals for 2022 is going to be more or less the same as 2021. We're going to be focusing on growing the portfolio, aggressively investing, reinvesting all of our dividends, and just growing things over time. That's the main purpose of this portfolio. Once again, just show you guys the value of simple investing. And all you have to do is pick some good funds, pick some good stocks, invest into them on a regular basis, no matter what the market's doing, and you'll get some good solid results. And I think I'm pretty much proof of that. Very simple stuff, fundamentally basic stuff, but it works. So once again, we have the Tfsa contribution limit kind of coming up towards this year. I think it's $6,000. So we kind of focusing on that, and I'll talk about that in my next video when I do my weekly updates. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays. Hope you guys had a good Christmas, a good New Year's. I took some time off that I really much needed, and I really enjoyed it. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments video. Hope you guys have a good holidays, and I'll see you guys in a couple days when I post my next video. Take care, and have a good one.